More, let's turn to our chief international affairs editor, Robert Parsons. Yeah, these migrants enticed to come to Belarus, then sent on a one-way trip to the border. They're promised that they can cross over, which they can't. And they want to go not to Poland, but to Germany. So this is an EU problem.
It's an EU problem, and the EU is accepting that it's an EU problem. Interesting to listen to the German Interior Minister, Seehofer, say that, this is important not just for Poland, not just for Germany, this is for the entire European Union, and it's time that the European Commission stepped up to the mark and started acting as if this were a European problem and not just a Polish or German problem. So I think that is now accepted in the European Union because, ironically, there is this growing recognition that having criticised Poland for so long on the issue of its migrants policy, now they're looking at Poland and seeing Poland as the first line of defence when it comes to migrants policy for the European Union against this wave of migrants coming from the Middle East in particular.
Because up to now there hadn't been a wave of migrants.
No, it's not like this is the first time it's happened. There have been migrants coming from Iraq to Minsk and from Minsk to the border and across into Poland and into Germany for quite some time now, but not on this scale.
And we had this dig or statement, I don't know how to characterize it, by the Russian foreign minister saying, well, maybe the EU will, like it does with Turkey, like it does with Libya, give some kind of financial compensation. Was that Sergei Lavrov being glib? Because the Poles have suffering sense of humor failure on this one, it seems.
Yeah, I think that was said, I imagine, with tongue-in-cheek. That Sergei Lavrov is enjoying rubbing it in. There is a suggestion, has to be said, coming from both the Poles, the Polish Prime Minister today, and the German Interior Minister, that the mastermind behind all this is not Lukashenko, but Vladimir Putin sitting in the Kremlin.
How far-fetched is that?
I don't think it's far-fetched. There's been a lot of toing and froing between Minsk and Moscow. Lukashenko was on the phone to Putin today. It does have the hallmarks of the Kremlin on it, I think. But that is perhaps some of the context of that statement by Sergei Lavrov. Because if the Russians are behind it, then one can see where Lavrov is coming from. What he's suggesting, in effect, is that the European Union should, having already set the precedent in 2016 with the deal it did with Turkey over accepting migrants, it should be consistent and do something similar with Belarusians today and give them financial assistance to take back the migrants from the border. It's an entirely cynical approach and has been treated as such by the Europeans, but it does suggest that perhaps there is something in what the Poles and the Germans are saying about a possible Russian role in this as well.
All right, many thanks, Robert Parsons.